Hey, this is Michael with Digital T-shirt Shop. So I told you that I was setting up a store on for digitaltshirtshop.com. So this would be just a regular e-commerce store. So just to give you an idea of what I've done, I've put it in BigCommerce partly because I've used BigCommerce for many, many years now. Um, I'm very familiar with the platform. There's a lot I can personally uh, do that simplifies my work because I kind of know what I'm doing on here. Um, and so basically, one of the things that I like, one of the big things I really like about this is I have one user account on BigCommerce, and I can actually, from right in here, I can go and click on Change Store, and I can go toggle between my other stores on here. Latter-day Ring store, Latter-day Statue store. Now the Latter-day Statue I've closed recently, so I don't have that anymore. But the Latter-day Ring store I have, and I can go click on it and go into the back end of that and see the transition between the two sites. Likewise, if I was in there, I could go and click on Change Store and just hop over to Digital T-shirt Shop. I also like that it's formatted the same. So I know exactly where to go and pull my reports out. I know exactly how to go in and put in products. I know how to go in and change all the settings. I don't have to go in and reset up all the credit card and set up the shipping and all of those things. It's just all already in there because it's using the same back end as the other account. So that's one of the things that I like about this. One thing with BigCommerce, they really don't have a lot of theme options. Let me see if I can go and find the themes in here. Store setup. Oops, storefront. Yeah, so they don't really have a lot of themes in here, but the themes they do have are actually pretty good, and at least free themes. I'm not really that concerned about what my theme looks like, but I do want it to be mobile responsive so that it'll work on a cell phone and all those things. And um, so that I think they only have, I don't know, like 5 themes that are free. Everything else you've got to pay for. Let's see, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They've got 7 themes that are free. Everything else you've got to pay for. So, that's one, I guess, kind of bad thing about them. And I know there are other websites that have lots of free options. This one particularly doesn't have that. So, but in general, I'm actually fine with all of that. I like this theme in particular. I think it'll actually work fine for me. I like how it lays out the images here. I like how the images are laid out in here as well when you actually go in here. And then the rest of it's, I don't know. I'm not that picky about things. I like how big the images are here. If I was to go to my Latter-day Mission t-shirts, the Latter-day Mission t-shirts I do through a site called Deco Networks. Deco Networks is one of those sites that's kind of like a Cafe Press type thing where you can put in all the images, and whatever you put it on, it'll overlay your image over your product. And oh, that's the wrong Deco Networks. Let's see, that looks like Deco Networks. Probably like DecoNetworks.net or something like that. Deco Network. Maybe it's Deco Network instead. So anyhow, this is them right here. Deco Network. And it's formatted for whether you're doing screen printing or whether you're doing what do you call it, embroidery or dye sublimation or whatever. And it has some features in the background that manage all of that. It's pretty good. You know, this is how I currently have this site set up. It's also really good in that it's easy to do affiliate sites. You know, different things like that. My presentation could be a little bit better if I actually sat down and tried to work on it a little bit more. But, you know, the site's actually pretty easy. You can go in there, and in my case, I've got it set up to, you know, you can click and go into a category, you pick a design, pick a, you know, in my case, a region, and then a design, and then you can pick what type of product you want to put that design on. And so it's really, you know, in a sense, you just manage the designs, you manage the products, and people can pick the variation that they want. So this other site, they can't do that. And so it takes, you know, you're a little bit more fixed in what you're doing. Now, I could probably add another option in here. I could probably go in and say, well, you could put this on a t-shirt, you could put this on on an ornament, you could put it on a stocking, you could put it on an apron, whatever. But then I need to go and get all the thumbnails for all those, and I'm probably better off on BigCommerce to have a separate listing for each of those. You know, so maybe I have this good game, you suck, good game on a separate listing. So instead of it just this particular one would be a t-shirt, and then I do it again as an ornament, do it again as a apron, whatever, pillowcase. So I think that it would probably be better to set up that way versus the other. One of the big problems I have with this Deco Networks is the way these are set up. I don't think Google indexes a single image off of here. You've got to go in and set everything up as individual products in order to have it indexed and categorized by Google. I've also tried to do things like take these, so let's say I have a finished image like this, a men's t-shirt on a ring spun shirt, and I've tried to take this particular link right here for this finished product and go and push it through the system with Google to have Google generate AdWords, you know, to do kind of like a managed pay-per-click campaign based on, you know, doing a XML file with all of these listings in it. And, you know, if you figure out the format, it's easy to go set it all up and then push it to Google, and Google wouldn't recognize any of the images. So this particular image right here, with the man wearing the shirt with the image on it, Google was not able to pull out. And so more than likely, I don't know, it's got to be something to do with the formatting. And I, you know, I didn't quite get to the point where I went and create, you know, because again, you're talking thousands and thousands of images to go and create every individual image. They don't really have a simple way to go and create an individual image, individual product to sell on here, and that's not very labor intensive. You know, it doesn't just auto generate them. This is, you know, this process of matching things up in the order you want them is the simple thing that it does. But, you know, so there's some things related to that. But back to this BigCommerce, this is kind of what I've chosen to do. And this is kind of just a real simple explanation of what I'm doing related to it. Now, in order to get all the products on there, I'm doing it through a bulk edit process. And so I'll talk a little bit more about that here in just a second as to what I'm doing related to that, but I thought I'd just kind of point all this out in the meantime. So that's what we're doing, and hopefully ultimately this will help because we'll have just a fixed location. Oh, the other thing I should mention is I'm going to take all of my art and I'm going to push it under Digital T-Shirt Shop. So So everything that I have that I was selling under family t-shirt, I should take this out. The LDS mission stuff, I'm going to leave as that and keep selling that because that's primarily what I sell through this Deco Networks. And I have some affiliates that sell it and everything. And at the moment, I'm not interested in messing with that. So all the LDS stuff, all the Mormon missionary stuff will stay over there. Over here, I'm going to take everything else. So everything I was selling under family t-shirt shop, everything I was selling under digital t-shirt shop, everything that I wasn't selling, which there's a whole pile of things that I wasn't selling because it was complicated. I'm going to actually push over here under digital t-shirt shop, and we'll just have through this bulk editing process, bulk uploading process, I should be able to simplify it enough that we can do that fairly easily. So there you go. So for what it's worth, yeah, don't forget to subscribe to Digital T-Shirt Shop. Thanks. And of course, I'm going to